Hello everyone, this is a review of Planet X Pluto. This is of course Planet X's version of the War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron Megatron, and this is specifically the metallic edition. And I'm going to go ahead and start off by looking at the box. This is the standard box that Planet X now uses. Some of the original boxes actually had some extensive artwork on the back, such as for Genesis and also Apocalypse, but now it's pretty standard. So if you start off looking at the front, you just see the chest. You flip it over on the side, you'll see the arm, and then the back basically shows, of course, what is the back of the figure. But I wanted to mention something about this box that I had the original, the non-metallic version, and it looked almost exactly the same. So the only way you can actually tell that there's a difference between the regular version and then the metallic version is on the sticker on the bottom, at least the copy that I have. You can see on the far right hand corner it says metallic version. So just be careful if you're buying this perhaps on eBay, or if it's sealed, or if it's at a toy show. Take a look for the sticker to make sure it really is the metallic version. And I want to show you another Planet X box. Again, this is kind of the standard design. It always shows the front, the back, the side. But on this Helios, which is the Delta Magnus version of Ultra Magnus, you could tell on the top right-hand corner there's a big sticker. It says Metallic Edition. So I don't know if that was just my copy, but you may want to be careful if you are, again, purchasing this at a toy show or another show. Just make sure that it really is the metallic version if that's the one that you're looking for. Okay, guys, I just unboxed this, and just looking at the figure itself in terms of the first impressions, it's really, really great coloration of the figure. The metallic just pops everywhere. You could look at the chest itself. Let's start off with that. It is a metallic. It looks like a steel color. If you were to pick this up and see it, it really just looks like it's made out of metal. They did a great job with the coloration and the different paint treatments of the figure itself. There is also a darker metallic gray, which looks like a black chrome, which is on the shin sections, also parts of the feet. Also, you can tell on the inside of the arm here, on the shoulder. There's also some metallic purple, which really, really pops, and it helps to kind of accent the other purple sections that you see along the feet, the inside of the legs, the chest section. You can tell that there's little triangular, looks like cyber glow sections, which is really nice detail, which is added by Planet X. And of course, the last but not least, the metallic red. This is a candy apple red. It's really nice. It really just is really eye-catching. And they've also treated the eyes with the same paint. Looks really, really good. You could tell that there are some screw holes that have not been filled. So once we get it out of the box, we'll see that there are some screw hole covers, as well as the weapons. And so let's get it out of the box. Okay, so I've removed the figure from the foam insulation that it was shipped in, and we have this, of course, Megatron's weapon here. The paint treatment is also on the entire the blade, on the bottom section of the blade. We also have the spikes that go on his back that have also been treated. Literally, the whole figure has been treated with metallic paint, except for the clear sections. And of course, we've got his big weapon, his blaster gun, that's also in plastic. Going to take it out of the plastic now and put it together. Okay, guys, we're fully out of the box now. And before we continue, I just want to briefly mention that it does come with a collector's card as well, if that matters to you. And of course, it comes with instructions here if you need it. But with that said, let's move forward. Looking at the figure itself, just absolutely stunning. One thing I didn't mention previously was the original version. The gray was much, much lighter in color. It was kind of like a seagull gray, whereas again, the grays here on the metallics, we have the kind of, it looks like a steel, also much darker color, kind of like a darker chrome on the legs. And you could tell that the weapon itself has also been treated with the dark chrome color. You've got metallic red, is kind of candy apple red here on the arms, weapons, also in the eyes, of course. But it really, really pops, and I have a little bit of a light in front of him right now just to kind of highlight the difference that the paint does make on the figure. It's really nice. Let's go all the way around, and you can see that we've got the red on the back of his legs, and I got these metallic spikes in. These took a little bit of effort to get them in. I think part of it has to do with probably the design of them, but also perhaps that it's got a little of extra paint now in the plug-in sections on the back, so it requires a little bit more effort on that to get them in the first time around. And see, we've got more the clear on the spikes on the back, and just again more of the red on the back side of the legs. But overall, this is just really well done. And I'm going to go ahead and show you a comparison here with Helios, which is the only other metallic Voyager scale Planet X figure that I do have. We'll also mention that one difference between the metallic version and the standard version is that the metallic version has upgraded hips. I believe that the original version was prone to hip fractures or hip joint breaks. So I think that is another change between the metallic version and the standard version. Okay, I've got Helios here next to Megatron. Helios has some, it looks more like a translucent blue on the chest, the back, also the legs. The red on Helios is just a standard color. It's not metallic. The yellow is not metallic. But the Megatron or Pluto is essentially, it's like 100% metallic. It is very different. It's literally, there isn't anything on it that's not painted from what I can tell. Perhaps just maybe like the fists or something like that. Everything else on this figure looks like it's painted. It's really different. But Helios, again, you can see that, you've got this, again, it looks more like a translucent color. And again, the red is solid red, the yellow solid yellow. And of course, well, you got some silver here for the weapons, etc. But, the black is just standard black. But again, Pluto is just again, 100% metallic. Guys, I've taken out some more Voyager scale Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron figures here. So looking at Starscream here, this is the Planet X version of Starscream and versus Megatron. I think this is an important comparison because although I don't have the original Planet X Pluto, I think this gray on Starscream closely matches the gray of the original Megatron or Pluto, Planet X Pluto. You could tell this, so you can really see, I think, the difference in the color. This is a much lighter gray, and this is now more of a medium tone gray on the Pluto figure. And I also brought out the standard Hasbro Voyager scale War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron Soundwave. And the reason why I kind of brought this out was this is kind of what started, I think, a lot of the appeal of the Planet X figures, because most of the original figures for Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron toy line are all deluxe scale, with the exception of the Voyager scale Soundwave, which came out. So there really wasn't another Decepticon to pair Soundwave with who kind of really stuck out like a sore thumb. It really didn't go well on your shelf because, you could put him out, but it was a really cool figure. But at the same time, there wasn't a Voyager scale Megatron, there wasn't Voyager scale Seekers or other figures that it really could go with. So I think that's where third party came in. But I just wanted to kind of put up Soundwave because, again, I think he started part of the reason why we started getting these Voyager scale figures. Okay, so I brought out a ton more figures here to show the product and scale comparisons. So starting on the first row here, I have the Perfect Effect Frenzy and Rumble. And then I start off with the deluxe scale. This is the Hasbro Starscream. And then I have the, I think it's the Envy upgrade that gave him a crown and a null ray. And this is the Takara Soundwave, also deluxe scale. You can tell that he's painted here on the shoulders, versus the Hasbro version is not. This is the Takara deluxe scale Megatron. I don't have the Hasbro version. This is also painted. That's kind of like my thing here. And you can tell that there's a big difference here in terms of the scale. Also, this is the Takara Bumblebee, also painted metallic. Takara deluxe scale Fall of Cybertron Prime. And then directly behind him, this is actually not Planet X. This is the Second Chance 02 Prime. And I got him because he is also, first of all, he is painted. That was before Planet X released metallic version of Prime. But also I thought that the the robot figure was like, it looked a lot broader, looked a lot brawnier than the Planet X version, so that's why I ended up getting him. This is the Dakar Deluxe Optimus Prime, War for Cybertron, Optimus Prime with a couple upgrades here. And then behind him, this is the upscale version. This is the ITF-01. This is painted also metallic red. There's a couple different versions of this. I think there's metallic purple. There's also a white one. And then just for other figures here, this is the Bumblebee RC. I thought she paired well with the rest of the figures here. Kind of looked similar in terms of design. Of course, this is the Delta Magnus again, and this is the Planet X, I think it's Vulcan, the Dinobot version or Grimlock version of their the Fall of Cybertron Dinobot. That's another one that they came out with, which was very popular. And then, of course, in the back we have the two big Planet X figures, which is Planet X Apocalypse, which is Trypticon, and then also Genesis, which was their first figure that came out, who was their Omega Supreme. So in conclusion, would I recommend getting the metallic Megatron Planet X Pluto? Absolutely. If you are a Planet X fan, if you're a War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron fan, if you really like the figures themselves, I would recommend it, hands down. Also, of course, it has the upgraded hips, and just the color scheme overall looks really, really good. If you just want it as a standalone figure, I think it's also really, really nice. If you just kind of want to have it just for if you played the game or you really liked it, you can you could definitely pick it up. It is in stock, I think, at a lot of places at this point, so it's pretty easy to find. I would recommend it if you are not a fan of the game in terms of the aesthetics of the character design. Then maybe pass on it, but at least for me, I know I'm very happy with it, and I will be putting it in the center of my Decepticon line on my shelf, and I'll be happy to have them there. So I hope you enjoy the review. Thank you very much.
Cybertron, our home. For generations, it has been a peaceful world, until pride and a lust for power divided us. Now we fight enemies who were once our brothers. Our tragic war has ravaged Cybertron.
It is a necessary war to return us to glory.
The Autobots will never sacrifice freedom.
The Decepticons will bring this world to order.